Morning, my name is Sue Curr and I am totally thrilled to have been asked by Brenda Dempsey to be part of this amazing living book, Voices of Joy. Why? Because when I refound the joy that I'd previously lost in my life, it would have been circa 2012, I suddenly came to understand that there was a massive difference, my friends, between living our lives from a fear-based perspective, which I had been for most of my then 52 years, and that of a love-based perspective. Now for fear, read anxiety, overwhelm, stress, depressed, the fear of the opinions of others, etc. For love, read joy, for sure, and anticipation and excitement and the prospect of each and every day bringing with it the promise of fresh hope and endless limited possibilities. One is an existence-based living in the shadows of the agendas of other people in our lives, largely, in my experience. The other is us taking life by the scruff of its neck and choosing to live it intentionally on purpose in our own way, in absolute glorious technicolor. I know which I now prefer. However, how did I rediscover that joy? For me, it was a case of going back to basics when a very life-changing situation happened in my past, and in coming through that on the other side and making a choice to actually live rather than exist, I literally went back to basics. And I started to look at life no more or less than through the eyes of the children which I'm surrounded by. And I mean I have grown children, but I mean small children, small people, young people, people who we all once were. And if we look closely inside us, can find out that we still truly are. We all of us have within us an inner child. We always also, equally, the other side of that coin, have an inner critic. And for many of us, the inner critic wins out, and it certainly did for me in my past. But today, the inner child in me wins out every time. Sometimes it takes a little bit more, takes a little bit longer, and a little bit more thought, but it always wins out in the end, because when I rediscovered the ability to see my life through the eyes of a child, my inner child, my life changed for the better forever, in ways I can't even begin to tell you in the short time that we have here. But I promise you this: if you take the time today, if you're not feeling particularly joyful within yourself, if you take the time today or any day to be around people who are young enough to have yet not been burdened by the cares of the world, not yet been burdened by the expectations that they should do, be, or become what the world and his father wants them to be, as opposed to what they want to be doing in that moment, playing with their Lego, chasing a ball around the park or whatever. Go find the young people. Go find the people who you know, who have young people if you don't have your own, and just take the time to sit and to be. A child-like view of the world is, of course, immature, but they haven't yet discovered the need for comparison or fear. A child laughs for no good reason. A child dances because they can. A child will do whatever he or she wishes to do because it brings them happiness and love and laughter. And that, for me, my friends, is the true definition of joy. If you think you haven't got any joy in your life, if you think you haven't got any reason to be joyful, look at your world through the fresh eyes, not only of your inner child, but of the children who surround you. I promise you, you'll understand what I mean. We were born to be joyful souls. We've never lost that. Go find yourself, your joyful self. Bye-bye.